So, hey guys, I've been hearing a lot of whining, just in general, you know. I've been hearing a lot of, oh, wah wah, Beansmith is so broken, blah blah blah. But I've not been hearing the reason why, and I've yet to figure out the reason why Beansmith is so broken. And I have quite a few replays, and the deck I just showed you, I, I would I would call it pretty garbage, just in general. But yeah, I have some replays from a little while ago, and they're actually somehow I'm winning just against quote unquote meta decks. So yeah, got a few replays, and I also have gotten a 5-win streak somehow with this deck. I have the screenshots somewhere here, so if we can find that, yeah, right there. So let's see if I can show that on screen. So press this, and then go. Well, as this is playing, we'll put this on 2x speed because it's just Dealament doing Dealament things, and I'm absolutely annoyed about this game in particular because I never had the option to actually use Baldrake on the first turn. There was no point where it would have been good to do so. So that sucked. Like, it just majorly sucked. But yeah. Let's see. And there we go. Win streak and current rank 4. I didn't take a screenshot of the 5th win. You'll just have to trust me, bro. But yeah, it doesn't really matter either way. Well, this just means I somehow won multiple games with this deck in a row, despite all the bricks I kind of run. But alright. So here, we can clearly see that this is what this guy is planning to do, essentially, after Beatrice is banned. So this is part of the reason my opponent here is not making Beatrice. I'm assuming maybe Beatrice wasn't as good anyways. Maybe they got what they needed as well. So Pilgrim Reaper. And also, if Beatrice was banned, you can just make Pilgrim Reaper anyways. Did they make the zombie vampire as well? Somewhere in this turn? Yeah, they did. Yup. And also, extra irritating, they milled 9 of my cards, right? Let's see. Yeah, 9. So they milled 9 of my cards, and they didn't hit a single tragedy. That's a little bit ironic because of the name of the card, but yeah. We're just going to banish the engraver. Kill that Fiendsmith engine real quick. Banish the second engraver, now it's really dead. Alright, now we'll do Bellion. So the one misplay I made here is assuming my opponent had brain cells. So I don't know, do they run like one scream or something? Or are all those screams in the bottom of the deck? So maybe they just do run one scream. Maybe that's what's going on. So they actually don't have a monster in hand. And I was never aware because they have some sort of response, I think, right? Like, yeah, it's a Leak. So Leak having a response and all of the other cards having responses all the time, I genuinely was not aware that their crime was not activatable because they also had Baron live, I guess, right? But okay, what we're going to be doing is just playing despia. Essentially, there's no bandit in this deck really, so yeah. We're going to try go battle here. They're going to mill 5. Not going to do a whole lot here. We're just going to let that happen. Buskinion's not that important here. We're going to reborn back the Magnuma. We're going to run over the Rhino. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't bother banishing anything with the Baldrake, it's because they have Destrudo in the graveyard here. And they randomly, I believe, they used the zombie vampire to grab, I think it was a Blazing Cartesia from my my deck here. the really annoying thing about this was that since they have the Distrito, I'm pretty sure they could have used tier cash to bring back um eh, well yeah, they could use Kakalos to bring back tier cash and then use Distrito to make I guess, you know, uh what's his face? Baron. So okay, we'll just send Scream here. That's like the only target I have for my look fa fake Fallen of Albaz here, I guess. Yep. Can't even really summon Albion here in this list, but you know, it's there. Medora's activated here. And here is where I realized, so here is where I thought I lost because they have Prime, right? But then I'm testing the waters right here to see if, you know, I could test something. And turns out, oh, the crime right here. It was not activatable this whole time. I was under the impression it was. So I could have played this better if I knew that was the case. Well, isn't that unfortunate? So anyways, DP effect. Now we're going to just pop Verte and pop that, and we're fine. We set Scream, we had Druid Swarm, and we pass. And our opponent is going to kind of misplay here, but you know, this means I somehow beat Tealman's going second though, essentially with this relatively awful deck, yeah. I mean, yeah, my opponent does misplay, but it's just still kind of a miracle. And okay, they put back Scream. They know it's Scream. I don't know why they do that. We're going to regain here, and they're going to put back my Bestials. Because, okay, I guess. And then destroy DP. Now, problem. Oh. That triggers the field spell now. Oh, DP's back. Oh. Oh. Druid Swarm effect. Oh no. And also this is negated, so it has no attack points. Oh. DP comes back now. And they can't activate anything or do any fusion summoning with their 2-woman cards because, you know, their extra deck must be scuffed or something. Actually, we can check their list. But, yeah, let's see if we can do that real quick. Confirm opponent's deck. So, let's see. They do play one Scream, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That makes sense now. Because they added Crime off of the effect of Ikelos, I believe, where I think the better play would have been to just, like, send a Scream to add the Crime. And then to have, I think, right? Yeah, so sending with Kaleidoheart, they sent Tear Cash. You would have been expecting, like, maybe something like Tillemans, Kikelos adding Tear Cash to hand, and then Kaleidoheart sending your Scream from your deck to the graveyard to trigger to add Crime. I think that would be pretty reasonable, right? But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Also, there is no Beatrice in this extra deck because they're setting up for, like, after the ban list, I guess, which makes sense. And also, they actually lost. They lost. I mean, I don't know if their build is necessarily optimal, but imagine losing to, what is this list again? Hold up. Let's see what we have here. We have Fusion Destiny. So this is essentially like pure despia from, I don't even know when. It's like somewhere in like 2022, I think. Except I have some Bestials now as well. That's like the primary difference. But for the most part, yeah, it's an ancient fossil of a deck that barely does anything. My end board is quite literally Granitus Pass. And then sometimes I summon DP if I can open DP. Or like a way into DP, kinda. I'm only playing like one Fusion Destiny, otherwise I might be looking to make Verte or DP, if that comes up, I guess. And here, a replay of me going first. Oh boy. So here, let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we send Serenir, and this is because I was under the impression that I could send off of the Serenir a copy of what's his name? I thought we could send the Albion from the main deck, which mimics the name Fallen of Albaz, then we could like special summon Cartesia. But yeah, that's apparently not the case. So I'll just send Lubellion because I can't do anything with that. Okay, then Granguignol. I'm not even sure if this was the correct play, was it? Maybe not. Alright. I think I could have done something better, right? Couldn't I have done... Well, actually, does it make a difference if I go like Blazing Cartesia to send Tragedy plus Ad Libitum and then have Ad Libitum special summon back the copy of Tragedy so I can Cartesia with it next turn? I think I just don't have anything to make with Cartesia then, right? Yeah, no. This is the right play, I guess, with this deck in particular. And then we'll just grab Branded in red here, and then we can, you know, banish the Despian Tragedy. And that's great. So here, my opponent is going to just activate the Spiritual Beast Tamer Lara. They're going to imperm the DP. This is actually a really bad imperm, but okay. Make Crush Sheep. Perfect timing now for me to then go make Guardian Chimera, so I'll just do that. And we'll use DP, Tragedy, Ad Libitum, and this allows me to make Guardian Chimera and draw 2 cards. And while we're at it, we can bring back DPE. And we can also search Dramaturge, which I can't use right now. But okay. Now we have Ulti Nochi Drago. We're going to negate Lara effect. And now that they summon this. And okay, so the thing is they're targeting Lara here. So my main concern here is essentially just Ulti Nochi Drago tag into Lara, but they don't really have anything. None of these cards actually do anything. So yeah, they're just screwed because they don't have access to either Rempengu or what's his face? Kanahawk. They can't do anything. Yeah. So now they're going to add Wen. Do they have? Do they not have like another normal summon or something? Did they use both? Hold up. Let's see. Wait, they have Rempengu, right? Wait, where's Rempengu? In the graveyard right now. So if it was in the graveyard, when was it put in the graveyard? I'm so lost. Did they just choose not to summon it? Wait, what? I am super confused. Rempengu. Wait, does Rempengu even do anything? Match 1 ritual monster from your extra deck and send 1 ritual beat. Oh. Yeah, no, never mind. Rempengu doesn't do anything. Okay. But yeah, DP effect, and because they activated the fusion effect to special summon, we can summon Despian Lulu Lilith with the effect of the Granguignol the Dust Dragon, and because of that, this is non-targeting, so you can't really dodge this. So yeah, but we'll negate that. And it negates both effects. So yeah, not a whole lot to do here. And I mean, even if you could make something, what are you making here? Yeah, just nothing. So I don't know if I saved the replays, but essentially, I've beaten Fiendsmith with this deck, like straight up Snake Eye Asmina Fiendsmith. I've beaten it with this. Like, no words. Just that I've won. And also, against, in this case, Tier Limits. The best deck, period. If you just disregard the fact that like all of their cards are limited, and they're also playing like essentially a scout version, and this is not a Shizu tier. Technically, I beat the best deck of like 2022 or 2023 or something. And then we beat Ritual Beast, which some people at one point might have been considering the best deck because it could make like Protoss declare fire, which doesn't really do anything against my deck anyways. But you know, I technically also beat that deck. So, you know, aside from like the Tailwind one, I think the Tailwind game, it was a much more impressive win. But yeah, for the most part, I had a 4-5 win streak, so that means I beat like either meta or rogue decks with my. No, would you even call this reg? I would call this just a pile of trash, honestly. So with my pile of trash, I essentially beat some relatively competent decks, I guess, and some meta decks as well while we're here, you know? So Fiendsmith, Azumina, Snake Eye, whatever slop, cool. This deck somehow beat it several times consecutively. So it might have been a really big fluke or not a fluke at all. Who's to say? So yeah. I mean, if you're a competent pilot and your deck at least does something, there's a good chance you can at least get some wins. So in this case, I'll be real, you know, the Pistols might have carried certain games. Not this one. I didn't even see a single Pistol this game, did I? Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, I mean, we saw like Sernir and Lubellion in the graveyard, but that might as well have been Cypher Driver, right? It didn't do anything, period. And I don't think it would have done anything for the rest of the game. It would have decked it. That's about it. Yeah. So that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.